I'm Lindsay Heck.
I'm Eric Garrison.
And this is Ways to Flourish. Eric
Lindsay Heck.
What do you have to share with us today? What are the ways that we can flourish?
I think today I would like to just touch on a few points of, how do we ground ourselves when we start to feel that things are just going out of control and we're wondering how do we bring that back again, where we feel like that balloon or that, grocery bag that's floating off in the air. How do we bring that into a space that we feel comfortable? So there are a couple ways that we can do that, and they don't require a lot of time, they don't require a lot of energy, but they are things that could, a person could do very rapidly, but the results could be long lasting. So for instance, let's say you're waiting for a test result, or let's say that, there's something going on in your life that's upsetting. Maybe a friend or family member is ill and you find your mind going elsewhere. Maybe you're sitting in the car with blue lights flashing behind you, or you are expecting some sort of news that may not sit well with you. You feel that you have control of that space is loving and supportive and it will take care of you. So one of the things that I will have people do is a progressive muscular relaxation. So if you're listening right now and you have the space, you can lie down on your back with your headphones in, or you can listen to this however you'd like. And I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So I want you to breathe new you in and old you out. New you in through your nose, old you out through your mouth. Positive energy in through your nose, any negative energy out through your mouth. Strength in through any weakness out through your mouth. And as you do that, feel your chest rise. Find out, where are you breathing? Are you breathing from your chest, from your abdomen, from your mouth? Find your breath and just concentrate on that. Concentrate on my voice, and as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you feel the energy coming in through your nose and any weakness leaving your mouth. Just focus on your breathing and the sound of my voice in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to take every muscle in your head right now. I want you to squinch your eyelids and squinch your that piece right there. Just hold those muscles tight in your face. Just hold them, and relax as you feel your body sinking down into the floor beneath you, almost as though your spine were molten lava just dripping down through the floor, down through the bricks, down through the ground to the center of the earth. Again, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to tighten every muscle in your neck and your shoulders. Pull your shoulders up towards your ears and just hold it. And exhale. Again, breathing new you in through your nose and old you out through your mouth. In through your nose and old you out through your mouth. Feeling your spine just sink deeper and deeper into the floor. I want you to tighten every muscle in your chest to the point that it's hard to breathe. Just hold it. And relax. Breathing new you in through your nose, and I want you to tighten your fists all the way up to your shoulders. Tighten your arms where they're almost vibrating. They're rising up off the floor. They're just vibrating. They're so tense. Tightening every muscle from your fists all the way up to your shoulders. Tighten, and relax. Breathing new you and relax. Breathing new you and energy in through your nose. Old you and weakness out through your mouth. Feeling your spine sink into the ground beneath you, down through the floor and the bricks, down through the center of the earth. Tighten every muscle in your abdomen. Hold those muscles tight, again to the point where it makes it difficult to breathe. Try to pull your belly button down to the floor. Hold it, and relax. Breathing new you in through your nose, old you out through your mouth. I want you to tighten your glutes and your hips so tight that it makes your legs practically shake, and just hold that tight right there. Feel the tension and release. Breathing energy in through your nose, weakness and old energy out through your mouth. Tighten your legs from your hamstrings to your calves, pointing your toes either away from you or towards your muscle in your legs and feet. Hold it, and release. Breathing new you in through your nose, old you out through your mouth, energy in through your nose, negative energy out through your mouth. And just feel how relaxed you are right now. Still resting on the ground, feeling your spine melt through the floor, down through the bricks, down through the dirt, down through every layer of the earth, right to the molten center of the earth. Just feeling your body melt into the floor. While you're in this position, I want to introduce another technique to ground you. I want you to think of a time and a space in your life, either real or fictional, where you would feel loved and supported. Maybe it's a family member's kitchen, maybe it's your living room back home, maybe it's a library country you visited when you were much younger. But I want you to use as many senses as you can and think of the feelings, the sounds, the tastes, the smells, all of your senses. And there's more than 5. So apply your senses to that space and take in everything around you. If it's a den, is there a crackling fireplace? Is there a smell of wonderful food coming from the kitchen? What are the sounds, the sights, the tastes, the feelings that you have in that space? Take a moment to take all of those in. And whenever you feel that life is just giving you, bring yourself back to this space. Remember these sights, remember these sounds, the textures, the noises, all of these things that are going on in this wonderfully safe, supportive space, whether it was real or whether it's fictional. But I want you to bring yourself back to this space. Just take a moment and just let it all sink in. Looking for all the details in your mind. Your eyes can be open or closed, but take in as many details as you can. Feel how this room, feel how this space, this mountainside, this picnic area, this bath in this particular space and time. And know that you can journey back here whenever you wish and as rapidly as you wish. You can also stay as long as you wish until the point where you feel rested and reassured so that you can go back into the world around you and face whatever it is that you need to at that time. Breathing new energy through your nose and old energy out through your mouth. New you in through your nose and old you out through your mouth. Just relax. And finally, very similar to the last one, but I want you to think of all the senses that you have, and we can do 5. But whenever you're in a space, maybe you're in a doctor's office, maybe you're waiting to take a test, maybe you're about to make some sort of announcement to a friend or loved one, and you're not sure how well it's going to go. Depending on how broad, prolific that space is, will determine what number you start with. But let's say we'll start right now with the number 3. Open your eyes and look around you. I want you to find 3 different things that you can see. Looking around you, I want you to find 3 different textures in this space. And how would they feel if you touched them? Try to find 3 different sounds. Maybe one of them is my voice, maybe one is your breathing. But try to find 3 different sounds. Or think of the sound that something would make if you were to activate it. What are 3 different tastes if you were to look around the room? You may not find 3, but maybe there's 3 things that could taste differently. So use that number 3. When you've found 3 of all your senses, drop down to 2. Find 2 new things that you can see. Find 2 new textures that you could touch or feel. Try to find 2 new things that you could hear. 2 new things that if you could taste them, what would they taste like? And go through your senses that way to 1. I have has anxiety disorder, and she can go to a grocery store and she can start with 20. Find 20 things that she could see, 20 things that she could taste, 20 things that she could smell, that she could hear, that she could feel, all those. And that will help her work through her anxiety disorder when she has a panic attack in a grocery store. So based on where you are, can determine how many you need to start with. Could be 3, could be 2, could be 1, could be 15. But those are several techniques to ground you, and you can practice them much longer than what we did here, but at least the basics are there. So that's some of the ways that I use to ground myself, and help others ground themselves as well.
I feel very grounded right now.
And it's true, because if you take your blood pressure, you even find your pulse, whether you find your pulse at your wrist, at your carotid artery, or maybe through some sort of device, you will notice as you do these things, your pulse will actually slow down.
And why is it so important, Eric, that we create this time and this space for us to find these moments to connect with ourselves and really to just ground down?
I think, Lindsay, with the Zoom culture that we're living in, with things just where one Zoom meeting starts at 9 or one Zoom class starts at 9, the next one starts at 10 anymore in between. We're not talking 9 to 9:50. It's like 9 to 9:59, with the very next thing starting right at 10 o'clock. I believe that because our lives are just running together, we're on screen together, we're standing in lines together, we don't have that time to feel grounded. So finding those moments, whether it's just a 3-second activity or a 33-minute activity, just taking the time to feel grounded will help you feel so much better for the rest of the day. And it allows you to sort of like reset yourself. So when things are going really, really hectically, you can reset yourself, and all of a sudden it's like,
yeah, I'm sure our students are experiencing it right now too, but with our faculty and staff and people with kids at home, and you're going from, teacher to professional to pick the hat, and it can be very challenging, I think, to give the whole of yourself to each of those, and I think it's becoming more challenging for myself as I transition to each role with all the things that are going on. And I find that when I do take those moments, it really does just calm my mind, bring me into that present moment where I feel like, I can be the best that I can be at this moment. That scale is different now in our current climate, I think, than it would be under quote-unquote traditional times. There are always a variety of things happening in your life, but it definitely feels different. And I think more than ever that call to grounding and that call to being mindful and just taking yourself back to yourself is just hugely important.
It's funny, you were mentioning like parenting. When I was a child with my brother, we had a single family income, and my mother she pulled the straw to stay at home, and she could not get my brother and me to nap in the afternoon. So what she would do is she would lie us all down on the bed. She'd put her arms, one arm over my brother, one arm over me. She would lie back, and she could power nap in a heartbeat. 20 minutes later, my brother and I were still kicking and flailing, but she got the rest and relaxation she needed. And after that disco nap, she was good for another 8 hours. And to this day, we're talking, 50 years later, she's still able to these 20-minute power naps whether it's in a car, someone's before dinner is served. And it's just the thing she needs, not necessarily for the physical energy, it could be for the emotional energy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your talents with us today.
And I would be happy to do some long, maybe in the future, I could do a really nice guided mindfulness exercise, visualization, that people could just pop their earbuds in and just listen to that for 30-35 minutes. Not as a standard podcast for us, but something that people might be able to find on the Virtual Wellness Center?
Yeah, we'll have to make that happen, absolutely. Where you could access that tool anytime. Yeah, it's williamandmary.edu/wellness/virtual. We've got a few of our other folks, our mindfulness professionals that are floating around on there, and that means we have an empty seat that you need to fill.
Wonderful.
You can get your voice hosted on there as well. All right, so I think also last week Kelly was talking about stress over strain and really the importance of setting aside that time in your day for some self-care. And I think that this is such a beautiful practice as you set aside that time in the afternoon or evening before you take that time to reflect on your day. So yeah, thanks for bringing that practice to us.
Glad to do it. Look forward to
Well, we'll see you next time.